is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest, and on TVC Digital we reach 2 million viewers daily. All together pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707-272-8338 or marketing@tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today.
Hello and welcome to the program, everyone. I am Nifemi Ogunto. You can join the conversation right now on X using the hashtag Beyond100days. Remember to tag at TVC News NG. So the presidency has explained that President Bola Tinubu is determined to promote prosperity by protecting the vulnerable while eliminating unnecessary financial strain on citizens and also ensuring a more efficient revenue collection process. Special advisor to the President on Public Communication and Orientation, Sunday Dare, in an opinion piece titled Tinubu's People-Centric Tax Reforms and Undume's Threat, stated that President Tinubu meant well for Nigerians as he encouraged people to study the bills and to mobilize support for them to be passed by the National Assembly. Mr. Dare further explained that the President's vision and clear mandate is evident in what the Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee delivered as recommendations to the government, while urging people to familiarize themselves with what is driving the reforms and the proposals that have been laid out. Meanwhile, the special advisor to the President on Public Communication and Orientation charged the lawmakers representing Borno South Senatorial District, Senator Ali Undume, to allow Nigerians to take advantage of the opportunities the tax bills are designed to unlock. He urged Senator Undume to rally support for the bold initiatives of President Tinubu and to study the tax reform bills and work with his colleagues at the National Assembly for their speedy passage to enable Nigerians benefit from them. Let's turn now to Ondo State, where former presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, has led the campaign train of the candidate of the party, Shola Ebishene, in Saturday's off-cycle governorship election in Akure, the state capital. The campaign train, which moved from Ondo Road through Arakale to Elisha Garage, saw members of the party canvassing for votes. Addressing the crowd, Peter Obi asked Ondo people to shun vote selling in the forthcoming election to end the emergence of selfish and incompetent people in government. The governorship candidate of the party on the spot said is determined to bring rapid development to the state if elected.
Now we'll continue to campaign and be telling Nigerians that this is time to start building a new Nigeria, a Nigeria where a child of nobody will be somebody, a Nigeria where there will be equal opportunity, a Nigeria where we will put people out of poverty, where our children will be in school.
Labour Party is the most popular political party in Ondo State. This is a party that the people of Ondo State voted for twice and was in power in this state between 2009 and 2017. Our programs and policies and even projects are everywhere.
The Labour Party candidate alongside 17 others are now ramping up campaign activities ahead of the election this Saturday. Senior reporter Ayo Moradio joins me live from Akure for more on what's happening in Ondo State. Ayo, what's the situation like? Talk to us about the mood in Akure ahead of Saturday's exercise.
Nifemi, let me quickly tell you that the situation here is peaceful. The atmosphere here is that of peace. The political parties are moving around the 18 local government areas of the state peacefully, campaigning, trying to woo the electorate. So that is the situation. And I can tell you that since the campaign started, we have not witnessed any crisis among these political parties. They are all going about their campaigns without any crisis. And let me also tell you that the materials, sensitive materials that will be used for the conduct of the election have arrived Akure Airport, and they will be moved to the office of the Apex Bank, the Central Bank of Nigeria, where it will be kept before it will be released on Thursday. So far, so good. The parties are moving around, the APC, the PDP, Senate Labour Party. As we shown, it was shown just some minutes ago, you saw the Labour Party, former Labour Party presidential candidate moving around with the party, with the candidate of the party, trying to tell the people to vote for him. So it has been a peaceful campaign in Ondo State, Southwest Nigeria.
Absolutely. We saw the candidates also signing a peace deal sometime last week in their commitment to a peaceful process ahead of the election on Saturday. What can you say as regards security infrastructure in Ondo as we speak ahead of this election?
Let me tell you that the security agencies are working together. They are working assiduously to ensure that the election is peaceful. The police, the civil defense, and other security agencies, what they are doing is that they are going to meet tomorrow in Akure, where we have the new chief of army staff, who will talk to them on the need to ensure that they do the job the way it should be done, that they should not be partial to any of the political parties. So that is what is expected tomorrow. The new chief of army staff will be meeting with heads of security agencies in Ondo State.
A political party had raised concerns about the integrity of the resident electoral commissioner, at some point calling that she should be redeployed. What was the consensus amongst the candidates that met together last week on this matter?
Yes, the candidates said, most of the candidates said that the woman is transparent, that the woman is impartial. So she's not somebody that wants to rig election for any of the political parties. So they want her to stay. But the PDP, the party, is saying that the woman will not conduct the election. They want her to be redeployed to another state. But the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, said she's going to conduct the election and that everybody should work together, that this is not time to cast aspersion on the woman, that because she's a woman, she's determined to ensure that the election is credible and peaceful.
What would you say about the level of awareness amongst residents? In the past elections, I'm sure you're aware that we haven't had as much as 40% voter turnout relative to registered voters. Have you seen an increased advocacy amongst political parties and civil society organizations to get more people to turn out for election this time?
Yes, let me tell you that NOAA, the National Orientation Agency, is orientating the people of the state. They have moved around the 18 local government areas of the state to tell the people why they need to come out, why they don't need to have a kind of voter apathy, that the people, the security agencies that will be monitoring the election, they are not going to participate in the election. What they're going to do is to provide security for the voter. So they are aware of this. And also, let me tell you, the CSOs, the civil society organizations, are also moving around, organizing different workshops to ensure that the people are aware of the need to come out on the election day. So we're expecting a peaceful election. The security agencies are doing a good job to ensure that the people come out, that they're not coming out to ensure that they are well protected and that there is no kind of breakdown of law and order.
They say all is not well within the APC. A group called Ondo Patriot has now written to the national chairman of the party saying that it will not work for the incumbent governor for certain reasons. What more do you know about this group and the allegations they're bringing forward?
Well, for me, I don't know members of this group, but I spoke with the leadership of the APC in Ondo State, and they tried to tell me that this is a faceless group, that they are being sponsored to destabilize the APC, that the APC is more united than before, that they are all working in tandem to ensure that the party wins the governorship election on Saturday. And that is what they are doing, that this group is just, the group is being used by some faceless politicians who don't want to come out, and that nothing of such is happening in APC, that they are going to work as a team to ensure that they win on Saturday.
Quick one before I let you go. Everyone is talking about the Ondo debate that I held last week Sunday. I've heard the APC and the PDP argue which of the candidates did better. Do you think that has raised the engagement amongst the electorate? What issues would you say matter to them ahead of this election and that would determine how they vote?
Well, let me tell you that the debate was interesting, but the truth of the matter that Nigeria has not grown to that level that we use debate to judge who is going to win the election. Yes, the debate was attended by two of the political parties, PDP and the All Progressives Congress. So people are saying that you cannot use this to measure what the candidate will do if he is elected. You know, Nigerians, we have failed promises, people making promises on here, making promises before the election, that what they want is people with action, people who can do it, that can move the state to an enviable height. And that is what the people are looking forward to. Well, and don't forget that this issue of vote buying is affecting the country. It has become a kind of stumbling block to get a good candidate to win the election. So they are working, they believe that they need people who can work and develop the state. A governorship candidate that will bring rapid development to the 18 local government areas.
Absolutely, Ayo. You've been covering election in Ondo for years. Walk us through what the viewers can expect with TVC's election coverage on Saturday.
Let me tell the people that they should expect the best from TVC. We have been covering the election across the country, and we have always given them the best. This time around, it's not going to be different. We're going to cover the 18 local government areas, the 3 senatorial districts, and we're going to come up with incisive reports and analysis before the election. Even after the election, we'll continue with an analysis.
Thank you so much for the update there. We'll be back with you when you have more for us as we count down to the big one on Saturday. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with more. Stay with us, everyone.
Ahmed Tinubu, do solemnly swear
voted as the best TV station of the year. TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen, following all nationwide big and impactful stories. Without the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do solemnly swear.
Let's now talk to the governorship candidate of the Zenith Labour Party in Ondo State, Abbas Mimiko, who joins me live from our Abuja studio. Mr. Mimiko, thank you for joining us on the program this evening. How would you describe the campaign thus far, especially in an election where many stakeholders have called it a two-horse race between the APC and the PDP?
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here, and I can tell you categorically that those who assume that this is a two-way race have not been to Ondo State. Our people are tired of APC in Ondo State, they are tired of PDP. They're looking for a third force, which we of the ZLP, Zenith Labour Party, represents. And we've done our campaign through the length and breadth of Ondo State, the nooks and crannies, and people have come out en masse to support us. They are not going to buy into the idea of see and buy, which is vote buying on election day. With the people are in for a pretty big surprise. Then the Labour Party is going to come out on tops.
I like your optimism, but when I look at you, Mr. Mimiko, your name, your face, and your party remind me of someone who has been governor in Ondo, and the conversation is that if you win this election, we will be having a second Mimiko as governor in 10 years. Do you think that is a disadvantage for your campaign? You know, the conversations around, is it only the Mimiko family that we have in Ondo?
Thank you very much. Dr. Olusegun Mimiko was governor. He performed exceptionally well. Governor Emeritus is what we call him. I was in the shadows then, giving him advice and helping with one or two things. So even though state is lucky, or blessed rather, to have another Mimiko who knows everything about the Iroko administration that was so successful. We're getting two for the price of one. I'm Dr. Olubanshile Abbas Mimiko. We're both medical doctors. But I've been in private enterprise for the better part of my life. But I know the processes and the nuances of governance up close and personal by studying what my brother was doing. So we are promising on those states that our government will be at least 10 times better than the first Mimiko administration. They have nothing to fear. People say, is it a family affair? Even those we borrow democracy, presidential democracy from United States of America, we have the Bushes, we have the Kennedys, we have etc. But that's not what matters. In Ondo State now, people are suffering. Pregnant women are dying. Babies are starving. And we want to bring positive change with the 7 cases of prosperity that we've come with. Because you see, if you are flying on an airplane and there's turbulence, you are not asking whether the man that is piloting the plane is from A, B, or Z. You want to know if those hands are competent and steady so that you can land in safety. And I think I'm good for the job. By the grace of God, we will be the next governor of Ondo State.
All right, so we'll talk about what this version of Mimiko is bringing to the table to resolve all these challenges. But, you know, some are saying that you don't even seem to have the support of your brother because many of his aides have now decamped to the APC. What does that mean? Because the conversation is, if he can't even get his brother to support him, why should I vote for him?
That's what I call maturity, political maturity at its best. Now, Dr. Mimiko is an elder statesman in Ondo State. All the candidates passed through him at one point or the other in their careers. So it will be prosperous for him to just come raise Dr. Abbas Mimiko's hand and say, come and vote for him. Look, I'm my own man. He says, Abbas, if you want to be governor, take your message to the people. If they buy into it, all well and good. I'll be the happiest person on earth. But I don't expect him to raise my hands and say, come vote my brother. If I were to be a voter in Ondo State and he did that, I will not vote for that brother of his. So we've come to our people with the 7 Ks of prosperity, our mandate, our mantra, our manifesto, which other parties don't have anything to articulate for our people other than to dance around town on podiums, telling us, Odiron, when we are hungry. They are not able to translate the president's vision into actionable plans for their people. So we have come with a very fresh idea. 7 cases of prosperity, Karije, food security for everyone in Ondo State, Karimu, portable water supply to every home in Ondo State, Karina, rapid, aggressive, and relentless industrialization drive for Ondo State that will create massive jobs for our youths that are unemployed. Karika, educational opportunities that will be affordable and of top quality, and vocational training for those who will need vocational training. Kanilelona, we have promised Ondo State people, the common man of Ondo State, that we're building 20,000 3- and 4-bedroom houses on 30-year mortgage so that we can alleviate the difficulty with housing that we have. Kanilera, that's health services that will be of quality and will be accessible to all citizens of Ondo State. And Kalalafia, peace and security will be guaranteed in Ondo State for those who want to come and live with us, invest with us, and for the citizens of Ondo State. Those are the 7 cases of prosperity we've come with, and people have bought into it, and people are expecting us on Saturday. They will vote massively for us. Zenith Labour Party is, the fear of ZLP is the beginning of wisdom in Ondo State.
Well, if you say so, we're counting down to Saturday to see how that translates into actual votes for you. But are you concerned about, I'm curious about your strategy to winning this election. How do you intend to actually get more votes than parties like the APC, the PDP? The former Labour Party presidential candidate was in Ondo recently, raising up the candidate of the Labour Party. Everyone seems to have gotten support from solid political figures. Even the incumbent governor had to ensure that those that he fought with during the primaries are back in his fold. Agbola Ajayi is also doing the same. You apparently don't have your brother by your side. What's your strategy?
You know, it's interesting. God Almighty is the #1 strategy. The second thing, we keep telling our people, all the politicians in Ondo State that are bragging, they're just a paltry 1% of the population. They're not more than 60,000 out of a 6 million population of Ondo State. So we have the people behind us. People are not interested in some old parties like PDP, APC, and all whatnot. They are looking for someone who will take them out of these doldrums of poverty, of disease, of sorrow into a place of happiness. And that's what we have promised them. We don't need godfathers in this. Look, some of these candidates, they want to be the president's candidates in the daytime, but at night they go to Iroko Villa to have meetings. We are not fazed by all of that. We are proud to say we supported Asiwaju when we needed to. He has brought good ideas, but people are not translating. Definitely Ondo State is not translating his vision into changing lives. We have been saying that under our carriage, we cultivate 10,000 hectares of farmland for every local government. Within 1 year, hunger will be banished from Ondo State. The people are listening to us. So it's not about people bringing big wigs. The people of Ondo State are very sophisticated. We are the smartest voters in Nigeria. People will be amazed at how we do, by the grace of God Almighty.
Well, I like that you're able to articulate, what you would do. Hopefully that the people of Ondo can resonate with what you're saying. And then the miracle you will perform, will also get to see it, navigate the political structures to win this election. But before I let you go, you have lined up with other candidates to support the resident electoral commissioner as against the position of the PDP. What do you see differently from what the PDP has been talking about?
You see, we shoot straight. We don't, because of politicking or some political advantage, damage the reputation of someone who's been solid. Look, Rek Babalola has been in Ondo State for a while. We saw how she's conducted herself. We saw how she conducted the primaries, and she's just been very professional. In fact, among her staff, the fear of Babalola is the beginning of wisdom. So to have PDP or any party for that matter come out to disparage, to blemish a career that's been sterling, we just can't take that because we want some advantage. So we called it the way it is. This woman's been professional. She's carried her duties with diligence. And I don't like something. I sense some misogyny in this. People, when the woman is at the top, there's this sexist element that comes into criticizing them. And I just don't want this wreck to just be a victim of what she did not do. So,
Dr. Mimiko, we have completely run out of time, but I just want to ask you if you are not going to chicken out before Saturday to support either the APC or the PDP. How do you respond to that?
There's no reconciliation between darkness and light. We represent light. We are bringing hope to the people of Ondo State. We are going to run the race. Our strategy is simple. The masses are behind us. In fact, we have conscientized them to the point that they are going to reject see and buy. Come Sunday and celebrate with us by the grace of God.
Dr. Abbas Mimiko, governorship candidate of the Zenith Labour Party in Ondo State. Thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you all the best. My pleasure. Thank you for having me. That's our show today, everyone. You can watch it again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye.
good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
Efficient, it's comfortable.